Yeah. Every week we coming live with it. Number one show, yeah, you know we top 5 with it. Shout out to the host, Miss Lex Alexander. If you have a hot topic, you should ask her to cover it. Audience loving it. Clap, clap, bravo to the show that keeps you company. From politics to entertainment, relationships, spiritual awakening. Yeah, we cover it all. Food for thought for my sisters and brothers involved. From that 318 to 225 for real. 504 to 985, you feel? Yeah, we the best out. Conversation debating on what's next now. Miss Lex Alexander all across the globe. You are now tuned in to the CountOur Talk show. We are now live from that CountOur Talk.
You are tuned in to that CountOur Talk.
We are now live from that CountOur Talk.
You are tuned in to that CountOur Talk.
We are now live from that CountOur Talk.
You are tuned in to that CountOur Talk.
We are now live from that CountOur Talk.
You are tuned in to that CountOur.
Man, oh man, oh man. Well, first off, hello. I'm back, tapped in with CountOur Talk. Man, this is like my first podcast, baby. And I came up with it 7 years ago. And to be back at it and the shit I done went through, man, 7 years. The number 7 is so prevalent to me. Back in 2017, everything just kind of shifted for me. And understanding the meaning behind a 7-year tribulation cycle and shit like that, man, it feels good to be back. Now, the last time I recorded was back in November, as far as CountOur Talk goes. I had so much shit to purge and that was wrapping up, and I didn't realize damn, this shit is being released from me for a reason. A certain shit coming full circle. At first, it was hitting me really, really hard. But once I stepped into the flow of this shit, it was okay, I understand better now. I said all that to say, don't be discouraged because of others. Don't be discouraged as a creative person because some shit didn't work out a certain way. That's what you have your creative brain for. That's what you have your imagination for. To create another way to make that shit happen. I had to understand and release all the shit that had been in my way. And then when it came down to it, when it come to life, you have to get out your own fucking way. You realize, well, I've realized the duality and the beauty within life and the journey that it really is, and how decoding it can allow you to truly see what it is that we're experiencing here in this life. So I'm just saying that hey, be encouraged. Encouragement. It goes a long fucking way. Give that shit to yourself. Create a good routine for yourself. Keep fucking going. The current. We looking at this shit like we in waters. This spiritual current that we're in. Be focused, be aware, and keep fucking going. Can't nobody stop you. And when you're praying over your things and being mindful of what it is that you're asking for and shit don't work out, let divine timing do its thing. Let spirit do its thing. All this shit be like a journey. I'm not saying some people don't get that shit earlier, because I'm pretty sure there is. Or there's been time periods where shit just was different. People didn't have to adapt or learn or be chosen to undo all the wrong that had been done. So The 7-year tribulation shit, I'm one to definitely dive into that. I am diving into that, breaking it down, talking about the spiritual journey, and then allowing others to come in and speak on their spiritual journeys. There's nothing that anyone can tell you about you. They can observe you, but they can't tell you about you. As far as you accepting what the fuck they saying. Oh, excuse me. I'm smoking on this episode. It's definitely allergy season. It's like, on my ass. But I prevail. Anyways, 2017 was definitely that turning point for me. And being where I am within my consciousness and self-awareness and shit like that. And honoring, overcoming all this shit. I would love to be able to share it. Breaking it down, decoding life is beautiful. You begin decoding your life and seeing the patterns and how you do have the power to make this shit as beautiful as you like to make it. It changes the whole landscape. But when you allow yourself to be lost and you get pulled into other people's voids, that's a whole nother ball game. It's okay to be in your own shit, to be in your own void. You can pull yourself out of it, but the strength and the shit that goes into pulling yourself out of someone else's void, especially if you were just carelessly roaming and floating and being open to love shit. No, baby. That shit can change you, being pulled into someone else's shit. Whole fucking life change because you gave a stranger a chance. If some shit don't divinely feel right, see, you need to tap in with your fucking spirit. Tap in with your spirit. Tap in with that ancient technology of pure knowing. And encourage yourself. It's up to ourselves to break ourselves out of certain cycles. To understand when the lessons have been learned. And the betterment that comes from learning the lessons. Whoever the fuck you was way back when don't got shit to do with you bettering yourself. You can't let that outside shit get to you. You can't let that lack shit get to you. You gotta be done with it. Or chasing love. Chasing a feeling. A pure feeling that someone that don't give a fuck about you don't understand because they're so used to getting this shit. It's a lot of shit you learn. So, I'm definitely diving into all of this shit on upcoming episodes. So, this is just like a update. A nigga had to... Oh, I don't even call myself... Woo, fuck it. I had to get myself up out the fucking... That... being thrown into the dark and the wilderness is real. Spiritually. You don't gotta be like... You can't think this shit in the basic, like, human, like... la-da-da way. No. On a deeper level... Being thrown into the dark... into the wilderness... of this spiritual shit. Shit get real. You start seeing how this shit is communicating with you and showing you doing good. It's gonna show you when you, hey, what the fuck? Consciousness, the mind, the mental, all that shit is, just look at this shit different now and all the spiritual warfare. But yeah, I'm back with my CountOur Talk shit. And I'm diving into 2017 on the next episode, where the journey began for me as far as like the shit getting deeper. Cause I thought I was spiritual at that time. And before that time, baby, I ain't know shit. The shit I know now, if I knew that shit even just then, man, shit have probably been a whole lot different. But coming into the knowing in itself is a journey. So I'm pinpointing that shit literally for January 1st, 2017, the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Right there, I can pinpoint that's where all this shit like got deeper and realer and spiritual as fuck. The initiation process. So, being mindful and choosing not to fuck with certain shit and all of that, man, hey, can't help it. Take it up with them people. Take it up with spirit. Like, hey, I'm being directed to stay the fuck away from you. Okay? But I'm definitely excited to get back off into this and share how all this shit year to year changed and shifted me in the different roles that people played. And man, the shit you see in the fucking dark, the encounters you have, you start realizing like you have your people that's looking out for you on the other side. Cause you could be very, very naive to how fucked up people can really be. And you'll have the most fucked up people showing you and telling you like, this is how fucked up people are. And your people go pluck you on your head to hey, we need to seal the deal and let you realize what it is fucking going on. The more lessons you learn, the better you become. But if you keep getting caught up in cycles of these lessons, you're going to keep listening your life. Make this shit beautiful. But yes, I shall return with all the bullshit that led up to 2017 and that year in particular. And I'm just going to do this shit in chronological order. I'm going to run down in 2018, 19, fucking 2020 when this shit really kicked up a notch. 2021, 22, 23. And then getting here and seeing like, wow, this is why all this shit had to be learned. Yes, I'm still learning, but not in that way anymore. I no longer identify with that shit to the point like I'm no longer emotionally affected by some of that shit. Some of that shit was just a real life fucking psychic attack at the time or a distraction. Just had to be learned. So to do better is to know better. And allow yourself to have better. How you gonna fucking do that? You keep accepting breadcrumbs and bullshit. Or you keep being green and letting motherfuckers run over you. Fuck that. No. You gotta grow the fuck up. Open up that throat chakra. Open up that heart center. Open up that solar plexus, that sacral. All that shit flow in accordance to one another. You say what the fuck you really think, know, and feel. And then you doing that shit. You applying the action to it. And you still have the ability to just keep going in love. Man, you become an unstoppable force at that point. Because you in tune with yourself. And that's what this shit always been about. Being in tune with yourself and the Most High. Whatever you consider your source of faith to be. Tapping in with that is nothing like it. So, y'all be on the lookout for part 1 of Tripped into Tribulation. Year 2017. On the next episode. Y'all be on the lookout. Toodles.